Hey everybody, this is ZZ, and welcome to a very dialogue-heavy episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2. So now we have to talk to Machen. You guys remember Machen, the storyteller from Final Fantasy X? You have to talk to him. Put your controller down. If you hit any buttons, you miss out on 100%. Yeah, the game's dickish like that. He doesn't say anything very important at all, just a little history of what happened in the calm and stuff like that, which we know because we played the first game. And he gives a little history of New Yevon and the Youth League. But he never shuts up. He keeps talking. Even the game saying, enough, enough. That's an option here. I'm talking through mostly all of this because it's not important. Look at this. He's still going. This is a really long speech by him here. So far, this has been a minute and 12 seconds. I'm going to keep track of how long he talks for here, because I'm actually interested to see how long it takes him to finally shut up. And again, you get the enough option, which means you can tell him to shut up. But remember, if you do, you get 98%, because this speech is about 2% of the game. Yeah, they're that much of a dick.
They, of course, are the sphere hunters.
Yeah, you can read the dialogues going on. It's not, like I said, it's nothing really important, nothing really crucial to the story, just a little backstory of everything, and I don't really want to sit here and just listen to it, because that would make this a very, very boring episode! But anyway, yeah, I don't know how people, can still stand there and do that. I don't know how people can say this game is the way it is by listening to him. Even Riku just sat down because she's bored. I mean, come on. If you bore the crap out of Riku, you'd know you screwed something up. You really did if Riku's bored. I mean, how do you do that? How do you manage to bore Riku? She could find a butterfly or a friggin' grain of rice and find that entertaining. How do you bore her? Who's Trema? Actually, we know who Trema is. You'll see who Trema is later in the game. We know who Trema is. He's an asshole. But we know who he is, so that's not that bad.
What awoke in Trema's heart that drove him to do this, none can say, save Trema himself. I should very much
like I said, this is just a backstory of the two leagues, the Youth League and New Yevon. So, yeah.
New Yevon would not release its spheres, yet surprisingly, a great number of
which makes perfect sense. Why would New Yevon want to release the spheres? Why? When they're theirs. They found them. They have them. They have no right, they have no need to release the spheres. If any one of the spheres is bad, everybody in Spirit will be like, oh, the Youth League is hiding that. New Yevon is hiding this, hiding that. We want answers. And get every single sphere out of them. I would do the same thing. I would hide the spheres too. I mean, it's that way, that's the way it goes. I mean, and he's still talking. He still has yet to shut up. This has been 4 minutes of Machen. He's just talking, folks. There's nothing else. Shut up!
With them he worked to collect.
Shut up!
But in the end, New Yevon would share them.
This isn't even that important.
Repulsed by what New Yevon
Why? Why?
People and formed the Youth League.
Why do you keep talking? It's not an important concept. Again, Riku's on the ground. You have people walking back and forth in the background. They're doing their daily job, and you're still sitting there yapping your trap. You're old. You have a history. You know stuff. We get it. We get it. We get it. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You don't need to keep talking. This is the one part of this game, getting 100% in one run, that annoys the hell out of me, because you can't skip dialogues to get 100%. This is the longest speech, I believe, in the entire game, unless he has another one that's longer, but you cannot skip any of it. I literally put the controller down at this point and walked out of the room. I mean, even the game is saying, no more, I'm begging you, shut up! I mean, look at this, 5 minutes in, he's still talking, shows no signs of stopping. 5 minutes in! This is so far the entire episode, just Machen talking. I could be doing anything else. I could be doing more missions here, more quests, leveling up, grinding, doing all these different things. But no, I'm sitting here listening to some old guy say stuff that nobody cares about. At the end, shake my hand, that's it. After sitting there listening to your ass for 5 minutes and 45 seconds, you want me to shake your hand? I'd rather punch you in the head. I really would. Because you don't know when to shut up! He's still talking! 6 minutes! I've had no control for 6 minutes and 8 seconds. You have to sit there that long and listen to Machen. He is a boring person. His voice is boring. He does nothing to contribute to the game except for tell backstory and disposit exposition. That would be good if this was a movie. This is not a movie. You get back on the airship and watch that sphere you found earlier, because we couldn't do it before because Machen wouldn't shut his trap. And of course, because the Crimson Sphere, the date and times are unknown, which, as we learn later, it's 4 years ago, I believe. That's a boot, legs, crotch, chest, arms, head, dead guy. Another dead guy. Fireflies.
Let's see. Total survivors of the final Crimson Squad.
Which begs the question, the Fireflies in the Farpa and all that stuff was enacted by the Fae, who did all of that. And then when Yuna defeated Sin, the Faith woke up, therefore no longer being Faith, and everything involving a Faith vanished. Why are there Fireflies when you kill an enemy in this game? When, in theory, they should not exist because the Faith are no longer there to summon them. And yes, you saw that right. We have to go back to the Mushroom Rock Road. After all of that, and listening to Machen for almost 7 minutes, we have to go back to talk to this jackoff.
That's it. Every time I try something new, I screw
Again.
it up. I just don't know what I want to do with
He's
my
just moping about his
I don't
life.
know where I belong. I've spent my whole life drifting from one
So go do something. Join the frickin' army, for Christ's sake. Do anything. Do what Yuna did. You get annoyed at people making fun of you for being a pacifist. You get annoyed for this. People, it's your calm. You do whatever. Go buy a gun and shoot something. There's plenty of creatures all around you could shoot. The coyotes trying to kill you. The elementals on this road. The poisonous mushrooms. Now you want me to give you a ride? You're a freeloader too? Wow, Clasko. You've learned nothing from Lucille and Elma. You, sir, are pathetic. And I'm sorry to say that, but you really are. And there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Now, I don't know if this is required, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to go to the, deck. Or not the deck, not the bridge, the cabin. And talk to Clasko here. Because he hides in the cabin. Still moping. I don't know. Maybe because you're on a goddamn airship. I probably this episode is loud, but some parts in this are really frickin' annoying. They really are. Machen not shutting up. The self-pitiful Pasco. Come on, dude. Grow a sack. You worked with Elma and Lucille for this few years. Do something. Sleep with something. I mean, Jesus. Preferably not what I think you'd want to sleep with, because you're creepy that way with the chocobos and everything. Now we go to Guadosalam here. And I believe after this episode, I'm going to cut it after Guadosalam because...
Guadosalam.
Ugh.
Home of the Guado. You remember, right?
I remember this is where that jackass Seymour used to live. Hey, Yuna.
Some people
Aren't you
think
still
they
married to that guy?
for what they did to Spira.
After you, I don't know, cheated on him on your honeymoon.
Look at things.
Literally, if you remember 10, the day she got married, she got arrested for jumping off of a cliff. She killed her husband, again, ran away, went to a spring with a guy, and fucked him underwater. Really? I'll post a link to that episode in this video if you guys want to see it. Actually, I'll put a link in the description. I don't want to put it in the video, put it in the description. After you get that scene, you have to try to go into the far plane. Again, I have no friggin' idea why. I don't want to go to the far plane.
The far plane. A place that unites the living with their memory of the dead.
Which, again, makes
about going in
abso-frickin-lutely no sense.
Hoping that I might see you there. But I never have. I think.
Why not? I mean,
Probably
given you
would.
can't talk to him or anything, but you should at least see him. It's like a picture. Are you that psycho, Yuna? Only the Guado. How can the Guado stabilize? They don't have any magical powers. They just lived here. And I know the LeBlanc's gang is now in Seymour's house. I'm not going to address that. I'm going to address that later. Don't worry. But what awaits us in the rest of Spira? Can this game get any more frustrating or dialogue heavy? Find out in the next episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2.